Hey guys, Donald Miller. Um, it's the 27th. All right, March 27th. And I guess today we can talk a little bit about schedules. All right. And in this time of having off, your schedule's not going to be the same as if you're putting in a 40 or putting in a 50. But it is important that you do have a schedule. Okay. And I can take it from my point of view. Like my schedule before this whole thing happened, I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and my schedule was to be up at 3 to go down to the office and be in the office early. And I would try to be in the office from 4:30 until 7:30, preparing materials, job completion rates, everything that the guys would need. I like doing it in the morning. Okay, and that schedule fit me. Okay, some people like doing it in the evening, but I would rather go home after about like a 10-hour day, eat dinner, and then I'd go to sleep. So I would be asleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock to wake up at 3 and start all over again. Okay, that doesn't have to fit everyone. That was just my schedule. If you're at home now, and most people are at home right now, it's important that you make a schedule for you. Okay? So try to, and you can write it down. This is a new schedule. You don't know how long this is going to be. So to build a schedule, it's one, you can think about everything that you want to try to get done. Okay? And sometimes that schedule might include 4 hours of Netflix, but it's in the schedule. Okay? And by adhering to a schedule, it's going to be a lot easier to go back to work. All right? If you don't adhere to a schedule, it's going to be chaotic. Okay? And oftentimes depression will set in after a while because you have nothing to keep you moving. All right. So if you build, like my schedule consists of now is I'm waking up around 8 o'clock in the morning. I come downstairs. I give myself at least an hour for coffee. My morning things I like to do. Okay, and it's nice. Like I get to watch the sunrise. I get to hang out on my porch. Okay, but I give an hour to myself. All right, and then from there, I start getting into doing paperwork, or I'm down here in the basement, and I start looking at jobs that are still open, jobs that are coming up. I still have to call to see if they're still scheduled. You can't. Nothing is guaranteed right now. So I have a good 2 hours in my office in the morning before I go upstairs, and then I do. I might have a task I want to get done in the living room, or a task I want to get done in the dining room, and then I go eat lunch, and then I have like an afternoon schedule, and they're just, I break my day down so I'm still getting a couple things done, and I'm still enjoying myself at this time off. This is a nice time off to rest. You don't have to fill it with laborious activities. Okay, and I know as a tradesman, and I am a tradesman, and we are used to labor. Um, so I still try to fill some laborious activity throughout the day just to keep me going. But the most important thing is your schedule, is to write things down, and try not to stay up all night. Try to go to bed at a reasonable hour, and for the first time ever, we get to have like a full 8 hours of sleep every night, which is nice. So a schedule is important, and that way you can section off. If you need to study, if you're early in the electrical trade, you might need to section off 1 hour a day of study time, where you're reading some type of electrical literature. All right. It is important that you try to stay in the trade. Try not to think of this as a massive vacation. You can do whatever you want. You try to keep your head with it, okay? Because when things do start picking up again, it'll be a lot easier acclimating yourself back to work. All right. So scheduling is important. All right. Two, try to get out of your pajamas. All right. I understand that you have nowhere to go, but sitting in your pajamas all day long doesn't help. All right. So maybe in the morning, after you're done your morning time, put on your work clothes. Give yourself something to do that's productive so you don't feel like you're a bum. It's definitely a time that no one can anticipate. It's the better of a structure that you have, the more sane that you'll be as this thing carries on. All right, and a structure of spending money is not a good structure. You're gonna have to find things to do that don't cost money. All right, and if you want to pick up a hobby, pick up a hobby. Pick up, you know, uh, you can learn to bake, I guess. I don't like being in the kitchen that much. But I'm painting my living room, alright? After I'm done painting my living room, I'm going to paint my office. The trim in here is like an ivory, and I think I'm going to turn it to a little bit of a green. Then I'm supposed to be building shelves on this back wall, because this is technically what I'm in right now is my library. It's all the different books I've read over the years. So I'm trying to get some shelves on the wall so my books aren't scattered everywhere. And reading is, I know a lot of, like, I try not to give the advice to read because there's so many people that don't read. But it's so important. Even if it's just little magazines that you start out with, okay? If you can just read small bits each day, by the end of this, you might actually start enjoying something that you're reading, like a topic. So if you can, if you have a library at home or if you have books laying around, pick a book and read 10 minutes. And if you like it, read 10 more minutes. All right. I do enjoy reading from time to time. Usually when we're slower, I can really get into reading. Right now, this first week has been chaotic, rearranging scheduling so much that I haven't really had a lot of time. But with being at home and gardening, I picked as my second hobby. I'm reading about, nitrogen levels of soil, putting in different types of organic material to build up the nitrogen content in my soil. So when I start planting, my plants will be okay. But that's just something that I chose to do. If you pick up woodworking, you can definitely, the internet's still working. You can definitely look up things of different type of dovetail joints. The point is, occupy your time and don't just sit there and watch the news. The news, guess what? People are getting sick. Like, how much news do you need? They're making a 20-minute news clip into 16 hours a day. And people are just staring at it, watching it. And it's not helpful. It doesn't help anything. If anything, it builds fear. Okay, and that's not what we want right now. So if you can get away from that television with whatever, even watching movies is more productive than listening to this crap. Okay, I understand. There's people getting sick. I understand. I want to, one more little note here. I wasn't friends with Fuzzy when I was underneath of him. Our friendship didn't take place until after my apprenticeship. When he was my mentor, it wasn't a friendly experience, and I say this because too many people are out there stating they like the president, they don't like the president. Okay, you don't have to like the president for him to be good. You don't. Okay? The president is trying to run the country. Regardless if I like him or not, he's still trying to run the country. All right? And that's important right now. Okay? So I see these guys that are attacking him, this and that, and they're attacking him, but their stance comes from nothing. They can't help him in any way. All they can do is criticize him, and that doesn't help the situation we're in right now. Okay, what helps the situation we're in right now is helping your neighbor. What helps the situation that we're in right now is staying calm. Okay, but to go and attack a president is not helpful right now. I'm not saying to like him, I'm not saying to dislike him. I'm just stating, when this thing is done and this thing is over, then you can lob your bombs and you can criticize all you want. But it's just not a good idea to, like, I would get away from it as much as possible. Alright, so pick up a book, find a hobby, keep yourself busy, and take care of yourself out there. Start looking at your, like, if you want to know if you're healthy or not, look at your calorie intake every day. See what you're eating. See how you're trying to help yourself to stay at least somewhat healthy during this time, okay? And don't eat your way through the day, okay? If you're stressed or you're nervous, turn the television off, pick up a book, read a movie, and just watch yourself. That's all. All right. Well, God bless. Enjoy. I believe it's Friday, so enjoy your Friday. Bye bye.